man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Shalom, brethren. Most High in Christ bless.
Hey, fringes don't belong on a t-shirt, Doc.
What? Jealous much?
Them Twitter fingers, nigga. Boss that nigga, man. Get your shit together, man. I'm overrated. So overrated. Overrated. So overrated, nigga. Coming on this bitch real fresh, bulletproof, high shoot, bitch, you better wear your vest. She try to get something off her chest, but the drip on her head made a mess. I'm a real piece of profit on this one, but nighttime sheet, I'm a beast. I'm like, here.
The Lord's 56th annual Passover under Commander J. Yohana. Make sure y'all be there, man. This is the only Passover ordained by the Lord. Shalom.
Tonight it's a ride, I got a show, live show, and a nigga still indie.
Don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any more. I
Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, I'm sober. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, now these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Sean, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people drop like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up, I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. And money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit. I know you sick of it too, man. Money supposed to be a tool, but what's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out Boom Man now.
Like I got you again. Off your pot, yakin. Dropping something heavy for these cowards out here. Yeah. Coming straight from 125th, 1 West, Harlem, New York. Home of the truth, nigga. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written. The men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. All day as we discuss how they don't like us. Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us, watch where you stepping. Cause a scene, you gon' see how brotherhood is a weapon. Tough skin protect our wrists, teach girls and kids the foulness. Call them prophetess, a priest damn near nothing without his. More than rubies do than understanding when describing. Virtue loving, no lip from the daughters of Zion. Gold teeth, earrings, chains, and the rings. Precious metals, fabrics, emphatic stones, and everything. Trying to catch the slang, rewind what we rapping slang. Lost in parables, your scripture breakdowns terrible. Yasha Allah, Prince of the power, we are the Jews. God on earth, you can see it by watching all our moves. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written. The men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha. Kingdom's ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written. The men above me shout, Boom Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Boom Yasha.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatham, Yahweh Shema Thumb, Shem Yahushua. Preaching officer on Wonga Bar, got preaching officer Hall Mar in here with me. You feel me? Ashford, Kentucky. You feel me? Since 1969, teaching the truth. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the chosen people of God. Presses the devil the Bible speaks of. You feel me? It's Tuesday night brotherhood class. You feel me? Under Commander Jenny Hanna. Everybody pay your tithes, pay your Passover fees. Let's get it on. Let's get it in. You feel me? But tonight's class, what we're gonna talk about is turning of the cheek. And the reason why we're gonna talk about turning of the cheek, because nobody else want to talk about it. I don't hear ain't nobody talking about Black History Month.
Right.
Why is not nobody talking about it, man? the Trump got people scared to post a video of Rosa Parks, of Madam C.J. Walker. We can't even get the Frankie Beverly. They don't want to post it. I have not seen no Black History videos, man. So,
Frankie Beverly, sir.
Right. So I'm just saying. So
happy people.
Right. So we'll do it. We'll talk about it. I guess we the only ones ain't scared out here. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, we'll do it. We'll talk about how, you feel me? Black History Month is really a scam anyway. Because I mean, goddamn, they gave you the shortest month of the year to celebrate the greatest people on the planet. Ain't that ironic?
Right.
The real talk. But yeah, tonight's class is about turn of the cheek, because Martin Luther King was one of his famous phrases was to turn of the cheek. And but we'll read two articles real quick, but we ain't gonna read them all because they real long. We just read the beginning parts of it. If you go to the first one about Birmingham uses police dogs. For people that may have forgot. Maybe people forgot. Nobody want to talk about it no more.
Birmingham use of police dogs on civil rights protesters shot liberal onlookers.
Right.
Backstory was all American. In 1963, the K9 unit was an innovation of modern policing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you been on, even today though. You if you shoot a police dog, you go to jail for killing a police officer. That's insane, man. Look what type of diabolical strengths you feel me they put on us. They put diabolical strengths on us, man. So where you scared to defend yourself against a dog. You feel me? A dog was more important than a black person's life. Back in 65 and in 25. 1965, a dog's life was more important than a black person's, and in 2025, a dog's life is still more important than a black person.
60 years ago this month, in May of 63, police in Birmingham, Alabama, used clubs, fire hoses, and dogs to attack crowds of black people demonstrating against racial segregation.
It was against racial segregation. It was protesting. They was protesting against segregation. And who set them up for this? Martin Luther King. The civil rights leaders. While they set back. See, this is the thing people don't know. This is a 15-year-old boy. You feel me? He's a 15-year-old boy. You feel me? And he getting bit by German shepherds. All in the name of Martin Luther King. All in the name of your civil rights leaders. Who left? Who we got left? I don't think we got nobody left but Jesse Jackson. I think he the only one we got left. You feel me? Real talk. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and all in the name of these civil rights leaders, this young boy, you feel me? He got so much zeal for his people. You feel me? He got so much zeal for his people. He was willing to get bit by a dog. You feel me? Just for black people to get up in society, like real talk. But this was not the way. You feel me? This was Martin Luther King's way. Martin Luther King felt like you should get bit by dogs, you should get beat with clubs, all that, and then still forgive white people. Still forgive them. Still give them your love. Marry their daughters. Give them all your money. We still supposed to do that after this. 15 years old, man.
And Salakia, sir, if I may add something real quick, sir. He got this idea from Gandhi because he said that if they could see what they was doing to us, that their humanity would kick in.
Damn. Yeah, I think I did read something like that. You're right. You're 100% right. It did. It was saying that about Gandhi. He was taking a lot of that from Gandhi, who was not our people.
And as we see 50 years later, the white man's humanity still ain't kicked in.
I'm trying to see when it's supposed to happen. I'm trying to see when he's supposed to turn into this humanitarian that Martin Luther King said he was going to turn into if we just keep getting beat and bit by dogs and sprayed with fire hoses. Like real talk.
The images of canines mauling protesters, ripping their clothes and biting their bodies are some of the most disturbing visuals of the entire civil rights movement.
And then that's what I'm saying. He's 15 years old. And this is Martin Luther King said this is okay. Martin Luther King said this is fine. This is what's supposed to happen. So we can show white people they inhumanity. Man, what? Man, all right. Okay. We do it. We just believe in anything. Black people, that's why I say we is a gullible people too. You hear me? When it comes down to other races, we is a gullible people. Because we just want everybody to love us. That's what we want.
A photograph of Officer Dick Middleton setting a dog upon 15-year-old Walter Gasson appeared on the front page of the New York Times, the LA Times, and the Washington Post on May 4th newspapers in Asia, Europe, Africa, and Latin America.
Right, that's why I say this was world news. You feel me? This picture of a 15-year-old getting bit by it's not because he's robbing a bank. It's not because he's robbing a bank. It's not because he's a murderer. For all the people that was coming up against Trayvon Martin, talking he should have listened. He should have complied. He should have took the hood off. Like we keep making excuses for white people being the devil. Everybody in the world, when they seen this, they felt like something was wrong in America. And it wasn't with black people. Because during this time, it wasn't no Crips and Bloods. Wasn't no GDs and Vice Lords. Wasn't no murder capitals switching every city from New Orleans to Chicago to LA, New York. It was none of that. But somehow a little black kid was getting bit by a dog and it made it to world news. And that's because we don't understand that our oppressors is the devil the Bible speaks of, and that's it. These people are the devil, man. What Martin Luther King told you to forgive and forget. That's what Martin Luther King said. He said, forgive and forget. All right, so yeah, we could drop that. If you could go to that next article where he actually said what we talking about the turn of the cheek.
If you are beaten tomorrow, you must turn the other cheek. Bloody Sunday, March 7th, 1960.
This is 60 years ago, and we still going through the same shit. None of this stuff helped. They called this a Bloody Sunday. And Martin Luther King, while he's sitting somewhere having orgies. Martin Luther King somewhere having orgies. He's somewhere having sex with white women. You feel me? That's what Martin Luther King doing. He getting paid by the government. He telling you, hey, you get beaten tomorrow, you must turn the other cheek. He didn't say we. See, that's why I say you got to understand wordplay, especially with these pastors and stuff like that. He didn't say we.
Right.
If we get beaten, he say if you are beaten. Like, that's his quote. This is his quote. This is his famous quote. One of his famous quotes. He didn't say if we are beating, if we getting beaten, if we getting bit by dogs, if we getting sprayed with water hose, we must turn the other cheek. He said you. If you are beaten tomorrow, you must turn the other cheek. You forgive and forget. I'm somewhere having sex with white women. I'm somewhere having orgies. Like real talk.
On March 8, 1965, the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. told marchers headed to Montgomery, Alabama, the next day, if you are beaten, tomorrow you must turn the other cheek.
What Martin Luther King didn't understand, Salaki, is that this is an act of war. You feel me? This is an act of war. What's going on between Gaza and the so-called Jew over there in the Middle East? It's a so-called war. You feel me? That is a war. That's what people don't understand. When it's different races of people committing violence against other races of people, and it's not self-defense, it's an act of war. It's terrorism. That's why they call it terrorism. When Arabs bomb something, they call it terrorism. They don't say you should turn the other cheek. It's terrorism. This is war. Like real talk.
King's comments came just hours after hundreds of blacks attempted to march from Selma to Montgomery to fight for the right to vote.
Right, fight for the right to vote. Now, okay, we got beat with clubs, bit by dogs, sprayed with water hoses, so we can vote. And we still don't got nothing. We still don't got nothing. So what was the point? What was the point? The point was to integrate, so now you can spend all your money with white people.
Right.
That's it. That's it. You thought it was some magnificent thing was gonna happen for black people, and it didn't. It didn't. Martin Luther King sold you out, and he even admitted to it. You feel me? As like, what was that, like a dying declaration?
Right.
You could call that like a dying declaration. He say, "Look, I feel I led my people to a burning house. You goddamn right, nigga. You led your people into a burning house, and now we suffering from it. Now the house is on fire. The black men have been kicked out the house, and we suffering the effects of that. The women is out of control. The kids, all they want to do is get high. Nobody got no future, no goals. Like real time, unless you want to be an entertainer, that's about it. Entertainment is the only goal it seems like black people really got, being a rapper or acting out in a movie. And that's what we got. That's what we got. That's what we got beaten. That's what our grandmama and granddaddy them got beat with clubs and dogs sicked on them for. So we can be actors, rappers. Like goddamn. Like real talk. But yeah, we could drop that. We ain't gonna read all that. It's just we just want to tell you that was one of his famous quotes is turn of the cheek. And we're gonna tell you the truth about that tonight. We're gonna break down the truth about turning of the cheek. So if I could, if you can go to Matthew 5:38.
Common concept. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 38. Ye have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth.
Right now, if I'm not mistaken, this Christ writings. You hear me? Christ said, it have been said, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Now, who said that? If people don't know who said that, it was Moses. Moses said that. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Which basically say whatever is done to you is going to be done to them. Whatever happens to you, happens to them. If somebody wrongs you, that wrong that they did is going to happen to them. That is what Moses said. Who was Moses talking to? Moses was talking to the children of Israel. Moses was talking to the children of Israel. So why would any heathen understand this? Why would a white person or African understand this when this was not written to them? This was being told to the children of Israel. You go ahead.
Come, sir. Verse 39. But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil.
Right, that you resist not evil. But that's the thing about us back then and us right now as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We resist not evil. You feel me? We do not resist evil. We are quick to want to get our get back. That's the new word for it. I need to get my get back. we always want to get our get back if they black or Hispanic. If it's a white person, oh no, that's in the past. That's old. But let it be a black or Hispanic that did something to you, you resisted not evil. You got to get your get back. So Christ was saying the same thing to the children of Israel that Moses said, because they're talking to the same people.
But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also.
Right. Christ is trying to teach the children of Israel about forgiveness. You feel me? That's what that turn of the cheek is talking about. Martin Luther King didn't know the Bible.
Right.
Just like most pastors and everybody outside of UPK, they don't know the Bible. They don't understand it. Christ was talking to the children of Israel. Just like Moses was talking to the children of Israel. But Christ came back to teach us the spirit behind the law. The spirit behind the law of eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth is to make you not do nothing to wrong your brother. You feel me? Don't knock his teeth out because I'm taking yours. Don't pluck his eye out because I'm taking yours. That was the point of it. You feel me? The point of it, the whole spirit behind it, what Christ is saying is to not do it in the first place. You feel me? It was never supposed to be done. Nobody's eye is supposed to be plucked out. You feel me? Nobody's tooth is supposed to be knocked out. You feel me? That's the spirit behind it. Not saying, oh, you can do it, but then I'm going to just have to take yours. That's not the point. The point is to just not do it in the first place. You feel me? So that's why he's saying turn the other cheek so you can forgive, so you can stop a virus of wanting your get back, of everybody wanting they get back in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. And you could just look at it like brotherly, look, you did this, but instead of me killing you for it, I'm going to just turn the other cheek. You stole this money. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm never giving you no money again. Instead of me killing you or putting you in jail or making you owe some big stupid fine, I'm just not giving you no money no more. You feel me? And that's the whole point of turn of the cheek. This is talking about black people to black people, the Mexicans to Mexicans. You feel me? This is not talking about other nations. This is not talking about Chinese people and black people. This is nation business.
Hey, Salaki, sir, if I may, it's not talking about people from Bangladesh.
Ain't got nothing to do with people from Bangladesh. I don't even know who that is. This ain't got nothing to do with him. That's what I'm saying. Soon we start speaking about family business, here come the heathens. And then there's always an Uncle Tom nigga like Martin Luther King that got to let the heathens in. You feel me? And that's what he was trying to do when he said turn the other cheek. When Martin Luther King said that, he was talking about heathens when that was never talking about heathens. Heathens would never turn the other cheek. You feel me? It's been 400 years of slavery, and when they still racism. It's still racism in America. It's still systematic oppression. They won't turn the other cheek, but they want us to turn the other cheek. They want us to forgive and forget. That's not happening. That's not what we're here for. You feel me? We're here to teach the truth. And the truth is we're supposed to forgive each other, not the oppressor. Look, the Lord's judgment is coming for them.
Right.
Like real talk. But you could drop that if you can go to Acts 10 and 34.
Come on, sir. The book of Acts, chapter 10, verse 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth, I perceive that God is no respecter of persons.
Right, and that's a fact, because first, if you got to know the backstory, this is after he dealt with Cornelius. Cornelius was an Israelite that was a part of the Italian military, but Peter, just like most Israelites back then, they didn't deal with people that wasn't born and raised in Israel. If you wasn't not an Israelite born and raised in Israel, they didn't deal with you. But they did deal with heathens, though. They dealt with the Romans. They dealt with Pontius Pilate. They dealt with Caesar. They did what Caesar said they had to do. And that's just like black people today. You feel me? Black people today, we are respective persons. Just not for black people and Hispanics. When it come down to the heathens, we are respective persons. When it come down to white people and Chinese and Africans, oh, we respect them. We give them the benefit of the doubt. But when it come down to our people, we give no benefit of the doubt. We give no respect if it's a black person. You feel me? A white person could be walking down the street in a hood in a suit. Nobody cares. Nobody even paying him attention. Black dude walking down the street with a hood on. Everybody, who was that nigga? Who was that? Because we have a respect of persons. Like real talk. And we always been like that.
Verse 35. But in every nation, he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him.
Right. And this every nation is talking about Israelites. Israelites that's inside of all these different nations. Because Peter did not respect you if you was not born in Israel. Because you got to understand history too. During the time of the Maccabees. During the time of the Maccabees, what happened? It was wicked men that made covenant with the heathens. You feel me? They was done away with being an Israelite. They wanted to be Greeks. Just like right now. You got black people, they don't want to be Israelites. They don't want to hear no Israelite talk. You feel me? They want to be whatever religion they are. Most black people really just want to be white. I'm gonna just keep it real. That's why they get them a white woman. Because most black people really just want to be white. They want to have the white privilege, but it's not gonna happen. And out of every nation, he that feared him worked his righteousness is accepted with him. Which basically saying every Israelite that's in all these different nations can be accepted, because Peter did not believe that. Peter was not really fond of turning the other cheek. Peter wasn't fond with turning the other cheek. He felt like, nigga, if you wasn't born and raised in Israel, F you. But the Lord is not a respecter of persons. We are. We flesh and blood. We are respecters of persons. Especially if you were heathen. You go ahead.
Come. Verse 36. The word which God sent unto the children of Israel.
To the who?
To the children of Israel.
Children of Israel. That's how you know that it's them nations of people that can be accepted that Peter is talking about is children of Israel. That's inside of these different nations, because Cornelius, he knew Cornelius was an Israelite. Just like when you sit and talk to a black person or Hispanic or Native Indian and you know they're Israelite. Peter knew Cornelius was an Israelite, but he didn't respect him. He didn't respect him because he wasn't born and raised in Israel, keeping the customs of Israel. He was raised somewhere in Italy, somewhere in Rome, under their customs.
Preaching peace by Yahushua Mashiach. He is Lord of all.
Right, because that's the whole point. The whole point of Christ dying was for all sinners to be able to repent, including Israelites that wasn't even born in Israel. That was the whole point. Because the Lord is not a respecter of persons. Real talk. but we are respectable persons, and unless you black Hispanic, we are a respectable person, and that's our problem as black Hispanic people. You feel me? We respect and forgive everybody, but the people that's sitting right next to us, the people that look just like us, we ain't forgiving them. You feel me? For nothing. Like real talk. All right, so yeah, you could drop that. You can go to Genesis 32 and 7.
Come on, sir. The book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 7. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks, and the herds, and the camels into two bands.
Oh, Salaki, if you could start at verse 3. Salaki, my bad.
Come on. Verse 3. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom.
Right. So Jacob, he sent messengers to Esau, because what you got to understand is that when he took the blessing that was supposed to go to Esau, Esau said he wanted to kill Jacob. You feel me? Esau said he wanted to kill Jacob. So Jacob went and got him 2 wives from his uncle, started a family, became a nation, got wealth. So now he's ready to go into the land that was promised to him. But he knew he was going to run into Esau, his brother, who he knew wanted to kill him. So he sent messages to them just to let them know, like, hey, man, you know, we on our way, and we can give any type of gifts or whatever we need to smooth this over. Let's do it. Because he thought Esau still wanted to kill him. Now, this is his blood brother, twin brother from the womb. You go ahead.
Come on. Verse 4. And he commanded them, saying, thus ye shall speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob said thus, I have sojourned with Laban and stayed there until now.
Right. So now he's trying to humble himself. You feel me? Because Esau is his, at the end of the day, they are 2 different nations, but Jacob and Esau, the physical men, he's under Esau because Esau is the older brother. So he's trying to humble himself, saying he's the servant and all that. But he's been gone with Laban, and he got these 2 wives. So he's trying to just smooth things over with Esau because Esau still wanted to kill him.
Verse 5. And I have oxen and asses and flocks and men servants and women servants. And I have sent to tell my Lord that if I may find grace in thy sight. Right.
Because like I said, Esau was a cunning hunter. Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So he's knowing that if Esau, then got sons and he then became a nation, that his sons probably is hunters and they ready for war. So he's trying to make sure that, he can got over him taking the blessing from him. This problem, this beef that they had, he's trying to see if, Esau got over this. He letting him know, I got oxen, I got asses, I got flocks, I got servants, letting him know he's wealthy and he can basically pay him off if he need to.
Verse 6. And the messengers returned unto Jacob, saying, we came to thy brother Esau, and also he coming to meet thee, and 400 men with him.
Right. So Jacob, he thinking his own. He thinking his own, like, damn, I sent them to try to, to have some peace. And he said he coming, with his army, with his brothers, his men.
Verse 7. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks and the herds and the camels into 2 bands.
Right. And that's what he did. He divided the people. He divided everything that he had just in case Esau came and killed majority of them, he'll have a whole nother camp left. He'll have a whole nother camp left to where he can be able to start over. So he won't lose everything. Because that's what was going on right now. Jacob and Esau was both becoming a nation of people. Because we was the youngest nation out of all the nations during the time. And we was becoming a nation, and Jacob didn't want to lose his nation to Esau because of what he did as far as getting the birthright. All right, so yeah, you can drop that. You can go to Genesis 33 and 3.
Come on, sir. The book of Genesis, chapter 33, verse 3. And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother.
Right. So yeah, he humbled himself. You know, he humbled himself to show him that he was sorry about what happened, but it is what it is.
Verse 4. And Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept.
Right. So what happened is not what he thought was going to happen. He thought that Esau was coming for war. You hear me? He thought that Esau was coming to kill him and kill everything he got because he took his birthright, and that's what Esau said he wanted to do. Esau said that he wanted to kill his brother Jacob. You hear me? For what he did. But instead, when he saw him, he ran and met him, embraced him, fell on his neck, and he greeted him. Yeah, that's what kiss mean. In Hebrew, that means a greeting or a touch. You know, it don't mean like kiss, like what people think is kissing on the lips. You feel me? But he greeted him. And he was happy to see him because what you got to understand, the thing about turning the other cheek, sometimes it takes time. You feel me? When you get into a squabble, you get into an altercation with a brother, you feel me, or a sister, with sisters getting, stuff with sisters. Sometimes it takes some time. You feel me? Sometimes you need to be separated apart. Because turning the cheek ain't as simple as, just turning around. Like Martin Luther King tried to make it seem. Martin Luther King tried to make it seem like turning the cheek was as simple as just turning around so your other cheek is facing them. And that's not what turning the other cheek is. Sometimes it takes some time. You feel me? It's been some years that passed because they both got wives and sons and armies and servants. They both is becoming a nation of people. So much that when Esau finally saw him again, he forgot about the birthright. He forgot about him stealing the birthright. He forgot about all that stuff. And what he thought is, damn, this is my brother. He doing good. Look at him, man. He got wives, he got children. You feel me? He doing good. And that's how it is, real talk. Go ahead, you go into the next one.
Come on, sir. Verse 5. And he lifted up his eyes and saw the woman and the children and said, who were those with thee?
Right, that's what I'm saying. And that's how it'll be. Over time, you feel me? You will start having respect for him. As time is passing, you will start having respect for that person that once wronged you, because you will start realizing that, man, this is like, you will think about all the good things. You feel me? Instead of thinking about that one bad thing, you start thinking about all the good things. You feel me? And realizing that this is family, like real talk.
And he said, the children which God hath graciously given thy servant.
Right. So he's seeing his children, his wives, his kids, all that. He's like, man, who is all these people? Because last time I saw you, it was just me and you. Last time I saw you, it was just me and you, and I want to kill you because you took my birthright. But, I didn't got wives. I didn't got children. You feel me? It's a lot of stuff that happened now. And that's not really too much big of a deal. You feel me? Like real talk. Now, of course, this is just talking about them as a people. This is not talking about like the nation of Israel, the nation of Esau. This is just talking about Jacob and Esau as the person. Because we know, of course, the nation of Esau, the nation of Jacob, which is Israel, is been at war since, since the womb. Like real talk. So yeah, we can drop that, and we can go to 2 Samuel 12 and 13.
Come on, sir. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 13. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, the Lord also had put away thy sin.
Right, hold on, wait. Now, this is during the time where David, he had sex with another man's wife. You hear me? And he got her pregnant, and he got that man killed, put him on the front line in his army. And he was being exposed to it because he didn't think nobody knew. But of course, the prophets of God know everything. And they came to him and told him what he did. You feel me? But Nathan said, look, man, the Lord have put away your sin. The Lord turned the other cheek. You feel me? The Lord turned the other cheek against David. So if the Lord can turn the other cheek, how come we can't with Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? How come we only can turn the other cheek when it's a heathen? How come we only can forgive heathens and let them slide? But the Lord, he put away the sin. That was a death penalty offense. Written when? During the time of Moses. That's a death penalty offense to have sex with another man's woman. And the Lord say, man, I put away thy sin.
And thou shalt not die.
Because that's what King David thought was coming. Is nothing else that could come. That's what the law said. The law said you should be put to death. But the Lord had a different plan. He had a different plan, like real talk.
Verse 14. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme.
And that's a fact. Because what you did, now the enemies of the Lord, you feel me, can blaspheme. You feel me? And that's to curse. Now they can say the Lord is not with them. The Lord is not with nothing that they've done. Now the enemies can say that because of what you did.
The child also that is born unto thee shall surely
and that's what's going to happen. That's the Lord turning the other cheek. The Lord turning the other cheek is basically, instead of me killing you, I'm going to kill your son. That child that you had with that woman out of an adultery, I'm killing that baby. So you can know not to never do this again. You feel me? So you can know not to never do this again. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point. And that's what Christ said. You feel me? It's not eye for an eye, or tooth for a tooth. That's what Christ meant when he said turn the other cheek. Because this is the type of stuff that's going to happen throughout our nation. This is going to be a bunch of dead people. There's going to be a bunch of dead people throughout our nation if somebody don't start turning the other cheek. If somebody don't start saying, you know what, black man, it's all good. I got it. Don't even worry about it, man. It's cool. It ain't that big of a deal. Hey, sis, woo out the bag. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of dead Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. If black people don't start forgiving black people, that's just what's going to happen. Feel me? It's going to be a lot of dead niggas, or it's going to be a lot of broken families, a lot of children without mothers and fathers. If we don't start saying, you know what, I forgive you for that. You feel me? I forgive you for that. And I'm letting that shit go. Like real talk. But Martin Luther King didn't understand that. Martin Luther King thought you were supposed to get sprayed with water hoses and then go marry their daughter. Like the hell out of here. Real talk. So yeah, you could drop that. No, matter of fact, go ahead, go to 15.
Count. Verse 15. And Nathan departed unto his house. And the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and it was very sick.
And that's what happened. Got very sick. David started mourning for it, but that baby died. That baby died, like real tough. And that's what's gonna happen if we don't start turning the cheek. Black Hispanics, it's gonna be a lot of dead babies. You feel me? Physically and spiritually, like real talk. All right, so yeah, you can drop that. You can go to John 5:12.
Come.
Yeah, Martin Luther King, he had that all wrong. He didn't know that was talking about nations. You feel me? Inside, that was talking about inside. You feel me? Nations. That ain't had nothing to do with no nations outside of another nation.
The book of John, chapter 5, verse 12. Then asked they him, what man is that which say unto thee, take up thy bed and walk?
So yeah, this during the time where Christ, he had healed a man that was crippled. You feel me? And he told him to get up and walk. Real talk.
Verse 13. And he that was healed was not who it was, for Yahushua had conveyed himself away, a multitude being in that
so
place.
He did it. He didn't want him to know who he was. He did it off the strength. You feel me? He wanted to heal that man because he needed to be healed. You feel me? And that's what I'm saying about turning the cheek, because Christ didn't have to heal the man. I mean, of course, he had to do something to end up in that position, whether it was in his past life or in his life he in now, or some of his parents done. So the Lord ain't making nobody crippled for nothing. It was something that had to happen. You feel me? But Christ healing that man so he can walk. That's why I said turn the other cheek. That's for you. You feel me? When you forgive somebody, when you turn the other cheek, that is for them. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That's for them. You feel me? That's for their sake. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Because of course you want to be evil. You want payback. You want your get back. You turning the other cheek is for them, man. For them to know that, man, look, somebody did it, what they call it, paying it forward. Like that, he forgave me, so I'm gonna forgive the next person. And they gonna forgive the next person and the next person, and that's how you have peace. You feel me? Turn the other cheek. It ain't for you, it's for them. And that's what Christ did. Christ, the Most High in Christ, turned the other cheek. And now this brother was able to walk again. They forgive this brother for whatever he did or his parents did, and now he was able to walk again. Like real talk. And that's something we got to understand as black people. We got to forgive other black people so they can be able to walk again. So they can see clearly. You feel me? So they can be saved. Otherwise, we just selfish and we just worry about our damn self.
Verse 14. Afterward, Yahushua findeth him in the temple and saith unto him, behold, thou art made whole. Sin no more.
And that's the point. That's the point of turn of the cheek. That's the whole point. The whole point of the turn of the cheek is to sin no more. Not to spray people in water hoses in California. Martin Luther King is an idiot. He told black people to turn the other cheek. They turned the water hoses off in Selma, then sprayed them in California. They turned the water hoses off in Chicago, then they beat Rodney King half to death. And then what he say? Can we all just get along? That's not gonna happen. You feel me? This is talking about nation business, man. And that's the whole point of turn of the cheek, so they can sin no more. That's why I say this is for them. When you turn the other cheek and you forgive somebody for what they've done, that's for them, so they can know, like, look, man, that brother, well, that sister was righteous for forgiving me. So I'm never gonna do that again. What I did that made this situation a problem, I'm never doing that again. Because they forgave me for it, they didn't have to. And I know if I was, the shoe was on the other foot, I wouldn't have done it. I would have been evil. That's what Christ said in Matthew, the 5th chapter. He said, you resist not evil. Y'all looking for it every day. Every day, Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we looking for ways to not forgive other black people. Then we just had that with the Super Bowl. Super Bowl halftime show. Kendrick Lamar, he still ain't forgiving Drake. He walking all over Drake's name. Like, real talk. They not like us. But it is what it is. Like, real talk.
Hey, so like it, sir, for me, if we could back it up a second, did you say we turned the other cheek and they turned on the water hose?
It's a fact. We turned the other cheek. They turned the water hose on in California. They turned it off in Selma, then turned it on in California. Like, real talk.
That's crazy.
That's a fact. Real talk. Because that's what I'm saying. Martin Luther King, he didn't know what type of virus he was spreading saying that. Because black people, we always want to forgive the heathens. We looking for reasons to every day. You see police shoot somebody, what they say? Oh, he shouldn't have never turned like that. He should have gave him his ID. He should have did this like every day. Oh, with George Floyd, he shouldn't have never been stealing or scamming or whatever he was doing that got him pulled over. That's black people, man.
Should have never took the orange tip off the BB gun.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we do as black people, as Israelites. We looking every day for ways to forgive the heathens, but we not doing that for Israelites, for other black people. That's why Christ had to say that. That's why Christ had to tell us to turn the other cheek, because we not doing it. We only doing it for the oppressor. Martin Luther King did not have to make that speech. Martin Luther King did not have to never say turn the other cheek. Black people would have did it anyway. Black people would have did it off the strength. This was never talking about heathen. This was talking about Israelites on Israelite, black on black crime. That's what this was talking about.
Sin no more, lest a worse thing come unto
that's a
thee.
fact. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come. Because that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn the other cheek and I'm going to forgive you for what you did. But you better sin no more, because if not, you're going to end up dead. The next person is going to kill you. Or you're going to be in prison. One or the other. A worse thing is going to come. I'm going to let this slide. But the next person is not. You feel me? The next person ain't going to let it slide. And that's what Christ, that was the whole point of turn the other cheek. That was the whole memo.
Verse 15. The man departed and told the Jews that it was Yahushua which had made him whole.
So he ended up telling them, and that made them really want to kill Christ even more. I ain't gonna lie to you. So yeah, we can drop that. You go to Acts 5 and 30.
Come. The book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 30. The God of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom he slew and hanged on a tree.
And he had to be raised up. The God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You feel me? He raised up Christ. He had to. Because we would not forgive each other. We would not stop sinning. We gave all our love to the heathens. So he had to raise Christ up. So Israelites can come back to the covenant. Real talk. All right. And it's saying ye slew and hang on a tree, because that's a fact. For people that don't know this, Israelites killed Christ. Israelites gave Christ up to the Romans to kill. You feel me? When Pontius Pilate and them, he asked them, he said, what did we do with this just man? You feel me? And he said, let the sin be on y'all and y'all children. Like, real talk. The leaders at the time was willing to put the sin of killing Christ on them and their children just to get rid of him. Like real talk. Like we killed Christ. We wanted him dead. You know why? So we can do what we want to do. Just like right now. Right now, Black Hispanics event, we just want to do whatever we want to do. And one of the main things we want to do is hate Black people. Hate Hispanic people. And love our oppressors. No matter what they do.
Verse 31. Him have God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior.
That's a fact. That's exactly what he became. He became a prince and a savior. Who was he saving? Israel. Saving us. He's saving us because we ain't turning the other cheek. We ain't keeping the law. We ain't forgiving our brothers and sisters, but we is forgiving the heathens.
For to give repentance unto Israel.
Forgiveness to give repentance to Israel. That's it. You feel me? Israel need to be repentant. Not the heathens. None of the other nations. This is all about Israel. Everything is all about Israel. The whole Bible is about Israel. And the different heathen nations that they interacted with, depending on what time we was living in. That's it.
And forgiveness of
and the
sins.
forgiveness of sins. You feel me? If he died to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins, how can we not turn the cheek when our brother or sister wronged us or did this or did that? How can we not forgive them for it? You feel me? And this is talking about stuff that's not even a death penalty offense, of course. This is not talking about like adultery. This is talking about like somebody not giving you your $40 back you loaned them. You feel me? This is talking about being petty, doing petty stuff, petty crimes. Like real talk. We would not forgive each other. But Christ died so we can be forgiven by the Lord, the God of our fathers. Like real talk. That was his whole point, his whole mission. Like real talk. So you can drop that. You can go to let's go to Judges 5:2.
Come on, sir. The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 2. Praise ye the Lord for the avenging of Israel.
The avenging of Israel. That's like he coming to save us like time and time again. Like it's nothing gonna happen. You see, Black people, Hispanic, we the only ones don't got a military. We the only ones don't have no infrastructure, no country, no nothing. Like real talk, the Mexicans, they trying to run from these ICE agents. You got the Colombians, the South Americans, they all running trying to get over here. Because that land that they even living in is so preoccupied by the heathens that it's just, it ain't even worth staying there. Like the Lord is going to avenge us. That's just how it's going to happen.
So like I said, if I may, ICE need to raid these call centers.
Right.
And get these Arabs and these East Indians out of here.
Yeah, they do. But it's so funny about them call centers. You know, most of these they be over there in their countries. They don't even be in America. Like real talk. I remember I had to deal with the IRS one time, and I was talking to some dude. He sounded like he was from India, but it was like in the middle of the night. And I asked him, I say, man, what are you even doing up this late? And he said that he over there. Like real talk, he bilingual or whatever. Half bilingual. I don't know. He said he was bilingual. I couldn't tell. You feel me? Like real talk. But hell yeah, though, man. But yeah, this is the whole point. The whole point is that we willingly offer ourselves up. We willingly offer ourselves up. We willingly give our love to the oppressors and take our love away from Israel. We willingly do this. We put the heathens in front of us and put us in the back. And then now you wonder why we ended up in the back of the bus. You feel me? You wonder why we end up in the back of the bus. We willingly gave ourselves up. We willingly put these people above us, man. Like real talk.
When the people willingly offered themselves.
Yeah, that's a fact. Willingly, we willingly offered ourselves up. Like real talk.
Verse 3.
You drop that. That's good. That's the end of tonight's class. Tune in every Monday, Tuesday. Tune in Wednesday night for the podcast. Yahweh Bashim Al Shabrak Thumb. Yahweh Shema